is Dr. Robin Walsh, and I am a naturopathic doctor here at Vibrant Living in Waterloo. And this is my weekly 2-minute wellness series. So, if you tuned into my wellness series last week, we talked about Halloween and my take on Halloween and why I think it's important to have sort of sugar as this experience. I think it's important to have this healthy relationship with food. And now we're going to talk about why we can't have sort of this feast or this experience of sugar consistently. So, sugar is really interesting because it actually has activators. It activates sort of receptors on the tongue, and that sends a message up to your brain to actually enlighten sort of these reward centers. So the more sugar we eat, the more rewards we get. And the interesting part about sugar is that if you overstimulate these reward centers, you can actually sort of develop a little bit of an addiction or this tolerance. So as you eat more sugar, the tolerance to get that same reward goes up and up and up, and we get these cravings that happen. So it's really hard to stay on your plan if you're eating a lot of sugar, because your system just constantly wants to sabotage that to sort of get this reward pleasure. So we need to get good at sugar because unfortunately it's everywhere. So we think, okay, well, I'm not going to eat Halloween candy, but then we know it's in granola bars and it's in yogurt and it's in tomato sauce. So we really need to understand where it is and how to sort of minimize it, but also how to have that experience that we can sort of be pleasurable and enjoy it. So the other thing, interestingly, about sugar is that when they did a rat study on it, they find that 90% of rats actually preferred sugar to cocaine. So it has, again, that addictive property. And then in terms of the immune system, we're coming into a time where we want our immune system to be really supported. It was found that 1 teaspoon of sugar reduced natural killer cell, which is your immune cell, one of your immune cells' ability to optimally function by about 50% for 4 hours afterwards. So we have all of these reasons why we sort of shouldn't eat it. And how do we kind of get control over that? So my challenge to you is that you do a 10-day sugar-free challenge. Why 10 days? One, because it's kind of an easy amount of time. You only have one weekend where you don't have sugar in your life. And the second reason is it's enough to kind of break some of those habits and get you out of that craving cycle with respect to sugar. The other thing is that there's patterns of behavior that people have. And because this isn't my first day at the rodeo, in terms of working with people and their patterns, this time of year, this pattern usually happens. So you have Halloween, you just finished Halloween, and you are eating your candy, and you're like, okay, I'm only going to eat candy on Halloween, but the candy's in the house, it's calling to you, these reward centers are lighting up, and so you want to keep eating it. So you keep eating it for a week, and then 2 weeks, and 3 weeks, because our rationalization says that we don't want to throw it out, right? Even though you probably have thrown out a lot of vegetables in your fridge, rationalizations are amazing. We don't want to throw out the candy, right? So you keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. Now all of a sudden it becomes to like the 3rd or 4th week of November, and guess what's right around the corner? Christmas. And guess what Christmas brings? Holiday parties and foods and grandma's shortbread cookies and all this awesome stuff. And so then you're like, okay, I'll get back on track in January. So what we want to do is break this cycle. This is a really important time for you to get back on your program, solidify those good habits so that you're strong going into Christmas and you can make really awesome choices, because how fantastic would it be to wake up on January 2nd and have maintained your weight but been able to indulge in the things you want and not feel sort of guilty about it. So let's do that for you. So for 10 days, I challenge you to pull out sugar. Sugar means everything. Honey, maple syrup, fruit juice, fructose, glucose, whatever sugar, doesn't matter if it's raw, organic, doesn't matter, you're going to sort of pull it out 10 days. And then I'm going to do another video on how we introduce it back in and have it as an experience. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And